Okay, I believe I've got everything set up, so that's good. Hello, everybody. This is Arc Alpha 12 or Arc Gregorius. Today, since we're doing the live streams, hang on one moment. Just there we go. I'll just put that there for a moment. Just getting the last little bit set up before I hop over to actually play the game. Alright. There is Streamlabs. There we go. Switching over. Yowzas. Streamlabs apparently is running a little choppy. I was a little afraid of this. Okay. Oh. I think closing Google Chrome actually helped. All right, let's see. I have to reorient this a little bit because obviously Legends is slightly cluttered in comparison. Let's put that down there. That over. Okay. I think that should work. I think that should work. There we go. Cool. Hello, everybody. I know this is not Mass Effect, and I know that now that Mass Effect is fixed, I should be playing that. However, I'm feeling very low energy right now, and I don't know. I'm just kind of vibing at the moment. So let me see here. Let's options. Let's I turned the music off because I don't feel like having this demonetized. Yeah, we'll just do that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm feeling kind of low energy at the moment. I'm feeling kind of like bleh. So I wanted to play something. I wanted to hang out with you guys. I wanted to, like, you know, do something that is gonna just be fun for me and hopefully fun for you guys. Oh right. Hold on a second. One last thing I forgot to do. Okay. I think that should be it. I was afraid of that. Hold on. Oh, okay, cool. There are multiple reasons why I'm doing this. There's multiple reasons why I'm choosing. I know I keep flipping back and forth. I've got Windows on top of Windows right now. There's a reason why I'm choosing Star Wars Galaxies over doing anything else at the moment, and part of that's because my game has been, my system has been suffering a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There have been more than a few times where, like, I have been a little afraid that my computer is going to melt down, and if I'm to be frank, the last time I streamed, which was back in February, I did Jedi Fallen Order, and while my system is well in the range of being able to handle Jedi Fallen Order, the issue was that I couldn't. If I tried to do Fallen Order, what ended up happening was my system was laggy. My little VTuber wasn't working properly, and I had a hard time holding connection to the stream, and I don't know what was causing that, but I suspect it's because my computer it's not optimized properly. I already talked to Arc Sigma about this, and for context, my system unfortunately is built wrong, and I think it's finally catching up with it. Between that and the fact that it has been several years since I built this computer, I'm feeling like the water cooler might be going out. I feel like because I have the graphics card in the wrong slot, it's not being as efficient as it should be, and all in all, it's just causing issues. And so I'm building a new computer. I actually have most of the parts with me right now. I have what is it, a NVIDIA 5060 Ti graphics card, a brand new water cooler, and what is it, an AMD Ryzen 9 990X or 9900X processor, and a 750 watt power supply. And so I plan on getting the last two components near the end of April, and then having a brand new, much more powerful system that hopefully won't have nearly as many problems. Until that happens, however, I just have to maintain that my computer unfortunately can't handle too much, or otherwise it will crap out on itself. I'm trying to avoid that. In regards to Star Wars Legends, I recently got this game up and running. I've played Star Wars Galaxies before, back when the game was, like, you know, officially launched, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It's definitely a slower paced MMO than most people probably would prefer. It's not like Star Wars: The Old Republic in any regard, but I enjoy it. It's fun. The graphics, obviously, as you can see, not the best, but that's because, oh, there we go. But that, I mean, we are talking a game that came out in 2003 and only had minor graphics updates before it shut down in 2011. So, you know, we're talking about a game that's been dead for 15 years, resurrected for 10, and it's an MMO. So, like, you can only do so much with the graphics in updating an MMO that, like, you know, died and then got reborn. So, you know, I did my best to try and create a clone trooper, because I usually like playing clone troopers. Obviously, not the best. I do have clone chest armor, but it doesn't match the rest of the armor set right now, so I've just got that as an appearance. And I'm just kind of hanging out. I'm doing quests. I'm trying to level up. I'm going to go see Jabba the Hutt. That's my next quest, and I get my ass kicked a lot, so expect me to die a lot. Let's see here. I am looking to see if they have any more, like, Katarn armor or something. I don't know whether or not my character is going to join the Empire or the Rebellion yet. I kind of want to join the Empire, so, like, I can have, like, all the Scout Trooper and Stormtrooper stuff to mix and match. But at the same time, I also, like, story-wise, my character would be like a member of the Rebel Alliance. But I'm not as fond of the Rebellion armor, so if I did that, I'd probably just go pure Clone Trooper armor. But I kind of want to mix and match. I kind of want to, like, make my own armor set. So, like, I might go Imperial for this character and eventually go and be a Rebel on a different character, or maybe I'll change factions. I don't know. I'll figure that out when I cross that bridge. As it stands right now, I could buy a Scout Trooper helmet. I don't know exactly what I want my character to ultimately look like. I just got access to heavy armor, combat armor, so I'm hoping that I don't die nearly as much as I have been. Especially with the new chest piece I've got, because that's a pretty decent chest piece. but we'll see. We'll see. This game does not have the same level of optimization for searching for things or whatnot as Star Wars: The Old Republic. So, like, I am heavily limited in what I'm able to look at and what I'm able to search for and find. I'm sure that maybe I'm just not doing it properly, but I don't know. Most of the stuff that I'm looking at on the marketplace at the moment are like too high level for me because I'm only level 22, and most of these things are like, you know, most of these things are like level 50 or above. What the hell is a blaster fist? Oh, it's a knuckler that shoots things, I think. Interesting. Anyway, let's go. Jabba is a long ways away. I don't even know how. Well, I know how I can get to him. I can just go through the desert, but that's going to take forever. So I think I'm going to hop on my speeder bike and I'm going to leave this Mos Espa. And we're going to go and do a fast travel point. Oh. I don't think the game likes the fact that I'm streaming. There we go. I've got, like, one of the nice things that they did for Legends for characters once they get out of the starting area is you have the ability of getting, like, a private starship, specifically the Royal Naboo starship, to come and pick you up and take you places for free. So that's what I'm planning on doing right here. So that way I can try and get to Jabba's place a little faster, because as it stands right now, I don't think that I would be able to properly travel there in a timely manner. I just have to figure out where the hell he is. Oh, that's why I was loading in a player city. One of the things that I know a lot of people really liked about Galaxies was the ability of creating cities using their own player strongholds. Like entire clans can just create entire cities on their own. I'm currently on Tatooine, so there's a lot of empty space, which means there's a lot of player cities. Let's see, what am I doing? I need to get off my mount. Can I summon my ship? Yep, I can summon my ship. Oop. Excuse me. There we go. That's what I wanted. Where am I going? I don't know what shuttle port is closest to... I don't know what shuttle port is closest to Jabba's palace. I wish this map actually showed Jabba's palace. Of course, the map of the immediate area doesn't show me anything. All right. Well, I guess I will have to just like travel there on speeder bike then. I might get into a fight here or there, but it's fine. As long as I don't pick a fight with anything that's like above the yellow colors, I should be fine. I will say that for a game as old as Galaxies, the fact that they have planets that are as large as these ones are is actually quite impressive. Like, yes, I know that one of the reasons why they have these massive landscapes, these massive planets, is specifically because of the fact that the graphics are lower, so they don't have to worry about taking up as much stuff. But, like, Tatooine here is very fleshed out in terms of, like, historical monuments. You can go to Beggar's Canyon. You can go to the Lars Homestead. You can go to the Boonta Eve pod race area. In fact, I had a quest earlier that actually took me there. There are a lot of things that you can do, a lot of like famous places in Star Wars that you can go to. And I fully understand why people, when they were playing Galaxies, got so pissed off that they canceled and shut down Galaxies when Old Republic came out, because I love Old Republic. I have been a ride or die for Old Republic since the second closed beta. I love that game. Yeah, it's basically like WoW, but Star Wars, but I love that game so much. But there's something special about Galaxies. Yeah, like I said, it's not the prettiest game to look at, but the amount of time and effort that went into trying to allow you to go and experience all of these things that took place in the movies. Specifically, I think this takes place before episode 5 canonically, so I don't know if anything after Empire Strikes Back. I think you can actually participate in the Battle of Hoth in this, so like I think this is canonically supposed to lead up to Empire Strikes Back. But the fact that you can do that is just, that's really fun. And I want this game to actually have a bigger player base. I think when you log in, it shows you how many players are on the game at any given time, and it's like right now, when I logged in, it was like just under 1,000 players, which is sizable for a game that died and then was resurrected. You know, for a game that was shut down 15 years ago and brought back 10 years ago, that's pretty sizable. And when I was playing it, the game was already on its last legs. You know, people had already moved on from Galaxies, but there was still a pretty sizable fan base. There was still a pretty sizable player base that was participating in events. Like, this was the MMO outside of Silk Road Online that I had the most friends play. In fact, I had a small group that it was just like the 5 of us. I remember all of their names too, but they joined me, and we made ourselves just like a little 5-person clan, and it was a lot of fun. And we participated in like the PvP battles where like they would have waves upon waves of both NPCs and human players try to take different strongholds and bases, different cities. We would participate in that all the time. I loved playing on Naboo and like defending certain parts of Naboo. That was a lot of fun for me. I think Naboo was my favorite planet to explore out of the several planets that I got the chance to explore. But when it shut down, like, there was a lot of people that were upset, and understandably so. Like, honestly, I get it, because like, this game provided a unique experience that no other game at the time, and honestly not very many games since, were able to provide. Like, you being able to explore places that are important to the Star Wars universe, being able to build communities, like legitimate communities, being able to just hang out with friends. I would love to see Legends expand. And like I said, I know that it's been out for like 10 years, and it's like, I think its population maximum, its like highest record was like just over 2,800 players. That's really impressive for a game that shut down 15 years ago. And I would love to see it expand. I would love to. Every once in a while, I'll bump into a player here on Tatooine, and you know, there was, right before I went on stream, I had to go into this cave that was just really confusing, and then someone else was also doing the exact same quest as me. We didn't group up or anything. We were just kind of like running around and shooting the, I think they were called squills or something like that. They were like these humanoid reptile things that were kicking my ass. I would follow him, he would follow me, we'd tag team the thing together, and We didn't say a word to each other, but the entire time, I think his name was like Novalok or something like that. Novalok the Bold or Novalok the Brave or something like that. He was a Jedi, and he didn't have his lightsaber yet. He just had like a pole. But like we were just running around and managing to get the quest done, and it was really fun. And then when I first started the game, a guy in purple Mandalorian armor named Ruckett like asked for help on a starfighter mission and then gave me 3 million credits for helping him. And I thought that was really cool. So like, you know, I've already seen that this community is very friendly, and it's just small. And while that is really cool, for maps this large, you see all of these bases built up. Some of these homes were built by players that probably don't play anymore. And that's kind of where I was with Galaxies when I first started playing. Is I had a whole bunch of stuff that either was given to me or I bought off of they had this like Star Wars card game that linked to Galaxies, and if you got certain cards, you could actually unlock things. I had a AT-XT Walker, which is like a prototype AT-ST from the Star Wars Clone Wars GameCube video game. That was like my main mount. I had an LAAT gunship that I was almost done making. I only needed one more card to unlock it in the game when the game shut down. And that could have like transported my entire group around. That would have been a lot of fun. And like I said, I want to see this game grow because I have a lot of fun with it. I would love to be able to like meet new players and just sit down and enjoy. Because while this game is very expansive and has a lot of stuff that you can do, I feel like I've been looking for an MMO that has a very strong and tight-knit community for a while. And the thing about Star Wars, The Old Republic, and Star Trek Online, which are the two games that I primarily play that are MMOs, they have strong communities. Oh, looks like someone else is here. Someone else's bark speeder is parked here. They have some strong communities on STO and SWTOR, but the big issue about them is that they are so large that it's really intimidating to like try to talk to people, and at times, sometimes those people aren't necessarily the nicest. You have a large community, obviously, you're going to encounter some bad eggs, but I think it's worth it, especially with a like a private server game like this, to try and like, you know, get people to hang out with, so we can make experiences with each other and have more fun. See a lot of people with quests. Oh, Forlom. There are a lot of NPCs in this area, which I expected, since it is Jabba's palace. Oh. Oh, I see. I have to talk to him. So I'm guessing I have to like ingratiate myself in order to talk to him. What I'm doing at Jabba's palace is I'm looking for a specific droid part, so that way I can help an Imperial officer. This droid part had some cargo in it that the Empire and the Rebels are looking for, and I chose, like I said, I chose the Imperial side so that way I could get the Stormtrooper and Scout Trooper armor and mix it with the Clone Trooper armor. But honestly, maybe I won't do that, because I think when you join the Empire, your armor turned black with green stripes. So maybe I won't do that. I might just stay independent for a little bit and try to make my own armor. I don't know. I haven't decided. I've just started the game really just a couple days ago, so like I've got plenty of time. But want to work for Java? Hear about the job first. Smart. You want to know what you're up against before you tackle it. I like that. Okay, here's the deal. You ever heard of the Alcara bandits? Who are they? Well, a long time ago, there was a bandit named Alcara, allied himself with the Sand People and took out the police garrison. Problem is, he immediately turned on the Sand People that helped him and slaughtered them all. Sounds like a nice guy. Yeah, he's one of the reasons there's still a feud between the Sand People and normal folk. Anyway, Alcara's dead, but recently a group of people who were ousted from their homes by Sand People got together and reformed themselves into a group called Alcara's Bandits, which would be fine if they would just stick to fighting Sand People. I take it they're more trouble than that? Way more. You have to keep, they have to keep supplied, so they hit some of the outlying farms and merchants and such. Trouble is, those people pay Jabba for protection. Jabba, in his infinite capacity for selflessness, for selfless behavior, is now actually going to honor those contracts. You're going to make sure the Alcarans stop attacking the merchants by killing them. You got it. Now get out there and make us proud. Don't come back until you killed at least 10 of them. Simple. Simple. I had a feeling I was probably going to have to, like, do some stuff before I actually got to meet Jabba. It wasn't going to be so simple as I walked into Jabba, or walked into Jabba's palace. The nice thing about Legends that I have noticed is that they have added like current Star Wars content to this game. Like when I was in Mos Eisley starting out the game, I noticed they had like a K2 droid just wandering around, and he was hostile and he kind of kicked my ass. And that wasn't fun. But like there was a K2 droid, K2 security guard similar to K2SO just like standing around. Obviously that came out long after Galaxy shut down. So the fact that they included that was really cool. And you can buy Death Trooper armor, not like the zombie Death Troopers, but the Imperial Death Trooper armor to wear if you're sided the Imperial. So like that's kind of cool too. The game does have like its issues when it comes to like, you know, how dated it is with animations and sound effects and stuff like that. So that is something that could be improved upon, but like even the original game was like that. So like I can't really fault this game for being like that. My goodness, it's so nice to actually have a to be fighting enemies that I know shouldn't be able to kill me. One of the things that was annoying me right before I went on stream is the Squill Cave that I was in. The Squill inflict like a debuff on you that drained both your health and your stamina, and I was dying to them regularly, even though I was like 4 or 5 levels higher than them. It was getting annoying. I'm glad that Jedi walked around and ended up like helping me, because I don't know whether or not I would have been able to get through that cave before the stream ended. This new blaster that I have is kind of interesting because it's the same. It's an E11 blaster, which is what I've been using, but like it fires slower and seems to be more accurate, which I'm not going to complain about. Good work. Jabba wants you to take care of some Valerian soldiers who are skulking around the palace. Okay. Moving on. All these are really simple quests, but that's okay. I didn't expect this to end up being terribly difficult since I'm still such low level. I'm only level 22. I do kind of wish that there were certain elements of the HUD that I could increase the size of. That I think is my biggest complaint about this game as it stands currently, is that the HUD elements are very small, and I would like them to be like at least twice the size that they currently are. I've got plenty of room on my screen, and it would make it a lot easier for me to be able to like read things. I'm gonna try and burn through the quest as quickly as I can, so that way, I don't know. I might go into space. I might like hop into my starfighter and go into space. I'm kind of confident in the space combat because I have, I've learned very quickly that you can use the Xbox controller's left stick to be able to fly your ship, which is something that like I was a little concerned about when I first started playing this game. I can't fly with the mouse and keyboard to save my life. The way the game is structured, the way that the key binding is set up, that I can't figure out exactly what would be the good, like the best options to change. I couldn't for the life of me figure out what I should do about the key binding. We'll just lob one of those over there. I like my cluster grenade. I just got that. It speeds things up tremendously, but it does use up a lot of my my stamina stuff. Buying up gambling decks, take the vouchers from them. Okay. Easy enough. Oh, I see. Now I actually have to go into the base. Got it. The other thing about this game is that, like, it feels very close quarters. It feels very close quarters, especially when you go into the bases. It feels very claustrophobic. And the enemies and you can like shoot through walls because the walls don't have proper collision effects. It's kind of funny, but it does make for a frustrating experience when you think that you're protected from something because of a wall, And then I use something like this, which is, what is this? Sweeping Fire. And Sweeping Fire ends up hitting opponents that I shouldn't be able to hit because the wall is there. And then I end up having like 4 or 5 opponents on me. And usually I can only take like 2 maximum. That was not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I accidentally hit them with Sweeping Fire instead of my my single shot, and that's what happens. Like I said, this game can be a little tricky at times. I wanted to hit them with what is this? Focused Fire, and then I hit them with Sweeping Fire, so all 3 of them attacked me. That was my bad. One-on-one, it's fine. 2-on-2 might get a little hairy. 3-on-3 is not possible. Wait for my stamina to get to increase a little bit before I actually continue on. Dealing with outdated gaming mechanics does mean you have to strategize a little bit more than you normally do, because you can get yourself in bad situations very quickly. I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally triggered an entire group of opponents when I did not mean to. Oh, that was it. Okay. I have all of the Gamley debts. Cool. Now I just have to return to Relo and see if that's enough to get him into... Oh, no, I have to talk to another guy first before I get to see Jabba. I mean, if you guys want to continue respawning and just give me free experience, that's fine. I'm good with that. Oh. Ooh. Have fun with that. I like the cluster grenade. Animated, the animation doesn't what's that? Oh, my inventory's full. That is a bit of a problem. Add that to my collection. I will take that. Then I will head over here and see what I can do about this. I've got too many things that I need to just get rid of. I already have those posters in my backpack. I don't have to worry about those. Get rid of those. Free up some space. Probably don't need any of these enzymes because I'm not actively doing any incubating right now. I don't know whether or not I'll ever actually use any of these chronicles, but it clears them out of my inventory by doing this. Okay, there we go. don't think I have... I forgot I still have that one frag grenade from the beginning of the beginning of the tutorial. Okay, that should work. Let's head back to Jabba's palace. This is where my previous comments about wishing that this community was larger really come into play, because I'm like, I could see this game being a lot of fun if I still had my old group. Unfortunately, we all drifted apart over the last 15 years. I think I only have one of them still on my Facebook account. And we've talked a couple of times, but not really much beyond happy birthday. Oh, look, Novolok. It's the guy that helped me before. Novolok the Wise. He was the one I was talking about that was in the cave with me. All right, Reese can now talk to me. Vilo says you're all right. Some things have gone missing. I'd like you to retrieve them. What's gone mission? An item acquired recently. A famed musician was touring Tatooine a few weeks ago, and he stole this gem-encrusted bell. The only one they used to signal the end of the concert. The Sand Splitters walked out of here with it and are looking for a buyer. Get it back from them. All right. Someone stole from Jabba? Yeah, we caught one of them as they were escaping. The Sarlacc had a nice little snack that day, but the rest of them got away. Word is, one of the knaves must be carrying it around. All right. Sand Splitters. Where are they? So we don't know who... we don't know who it is, so you may have to go through a few of them to get the guy. See if you can find the bell, and when you do, I'll have something else for you. Anything else? Nope, that's it. Okay. I get a stolen ring for doing this. One thing to note is that this game does have, like, random security checks inside the cities. Like the police officers, the scout troopers and whatnot, they will stop you and search you for contraband. I'm curious as to whether or not the stolen ring might be considered contraband. Huh. A fan is being held up by the guards. That's funny. I would love to be able to join one of these little communities and help build a city using my at-home bunker, which I currently don't have. One of these days I might be able to get it. I wonder if these sand troopers here are meant to reference the sand troopers at the beginning of A New Hope. Because we got 2 sand troopers and a dewback. I wonder if they're searching for specific droids. Yay, another cave. Oh, that was that one guy. That was the guy. Jabba's missing a ledger containing valuable information. It was stolen from by the Sand Splitters, and he demands it to be returned. Find the thug that has it. It shouldn't take that long. So I guess I have to just keep shooting the knaves. Don't need that blueprint. I already have the blueprint. That wall is glitched. I'm a little afraid of that wall. I don't want to get too close and end up, like, going through the map. Oh, that's scary. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's enough of that. Is there even anything? Oh, there is something on the other side. Oh, no. Well, if I die, I die, I guess. That invisible wall really tripped me out. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Somebody else here? Heard whooshing sounds like melee attacks. Part of me does kind of want to make a Jedi. Not sure what exactly that entails, but I do kind of want to, like, I know that, like, at the beginning of this version of the game, there are two versions of Star Wars Galaxies. The first version is this game, and the second version is Star Wars Galaxies Restoration, which plays very differently because it's taking place, like, the way that game is designed is meant to be more of what Galaxies originally was, where, like, this is where it was when it ended. So, like, it's basically two different games, same graphics, same engine, two completely different ways of playing, which is kind of cool, honestly. But the thing that I am curious about is primarily what exactly they've changed about this game. Because in Restorations, that's the other one. Restoration, you have to, like, build up your skills to become a new class. Like, I'm a commando here. I could just start as a commando in Legends. Legends just gives you the commando class from the beginning. Or the bounty hunter class or the Jedi or whatever. But, like, in Restoration, you have to work through skills. It's kind of like if you've played EVE Online, to get to the next level of Starship, you have to earn a certain amount of skill points or skills in a collection of previous skills to earn the ability to unlock the skill tree of the next class of Starship. That's how Restoration is, where you have to put in enough effort and time into gaining the experience points with, like, melee combat, like unarmed melee combat versus, say, sharpshooter 4, excuse me, like sharpshooter 4, unarmed melee 4, and I think, like, medicine or something like that to become a commando. And that's not how it is here. Here, you just choose commando and you start out as a commando. So, like, different experiences, but the gameplay is the same. Although I will say that Restoration is much slower than Legends. I like Legends because it's much faster. Your basic attack is like once every 5 to 8 seconds in Restoration, where here it's like not quite as fast as you can click on the enemies, but like it's close-ish. But like I said, different experiences, same basic gameplay, but different experiences and how the gameplay is made. That's the ledger right there. Yep. Cool. Found the ledger. Now I just have to take out 3 more brutes. Ah, sweet, glorious credits. 1 more brute. I thought so. Thought he might have respawned. Jabba had a prototype warhead in the garage. It's missing. Those sand splitters once again. I have no idea that he stole so much when they left, but now they've gotten Jabba's attention. He wants an end to them once and for all. All right. So I guess we're killing the leaders. And these guys are so much easier than the squills that I was fighting before. I'm so happy. It's so much easier to not have to like worry about whether or not you're gonna get hit with a debuff that just like saps all of your action points. Huzzah! Wonder, do I have any new skill points since I leveled up? I do. I have 1 skill point. I need more health. I need more health. I need more armor. I need more protection. This will make things much easier. Okay. Although I can't go pissing off too many, because even though they're much lower level than me now, they'll still kick my ass. If I get a little too cocky, they'll still, like, run me down. Aha! There you are. That's 1. Last guy, and I think the warhead's behind him. Where is the warhead? Would have figured the warhead was over here. Is that it? Yep. Cool. Now I just gotta get out of the cave. This cave is much less confusing than the one that I was continuously like dying in earlier. I'm very thankful for that. These guys aren't giving me that much experience, but every bit helps, and they are giving me credits. As well as things I can sell, so... Although I have some... Oops. I have sometimes found that they will drop weapons for me, too. There we go. Shock Lance. Entire stack. Stack. Oh, they gave me an axe too. Interesting. Don't need value. Valley view. Go away. Yep, there we go. What's this do? Compared to my E11? Yeah. E11's better. Higher, like low rate damage is higher. And high rate damage is the same, so I'll just keep the one I've got. The fact that they gave me an axe is kind of cool, though. Very curious about that. Not that I have any use for it, I'm not a melee combatant, but if I was... I won't mess with you guys if you guys don't mess with me. I'm pretty sure I've taken out enough of you guys that I don't need to worry about you anymore. But if you pick a fight, I will end it. Or, you know, my game will glitch and just have me, at the very least, kill this guy. You know, that works too, I suppose. Hold on one second. Just checking something real quick. There was one thing I forgot to do. Knack break. I don't know if I can do it from the mobile app or not. I hope so. Make things very easy. Darn, I don't think I can. A bit obnoxious, but oh well. I'm gonna minimize the game for a moment. There's a setting that I need to check real quick. I will be right back on it, I promise. Just gonna put the intermission screen up. Hang on real quick. Okay. There we go. There was a setting I had to check real quick on my on YouTube, so that way I knew that like things were actually working the way they were intending, or I was intending rather. All right. We've got Jabba's warhead. Doesn't seem like a good idea to give a mob boss a tactical warhead, but I mean, I really need this one specific droid part. It's not like this galaxy isn't full of droids. It's not like I can just take another droid and stick its particular part into the droid I'm trying to reassemble. No, I have to have this droid's droid part. All I can say is, don't ask me why it has to be this droid specifically, but it's this droid specifically. All right, Iris, here's your stuff. You did it! Excellent. The bell, the book, and the, well, I feel like I should say candle, but I'm not sure why. Maybe that would be a good name for the warhead, the candle. Anyway, you did good work. If Aunt Maud wants to speak with you about the Senex pirates, take your reward and go upstairs to see him. I can actually go upstairs now. All right. Let me see about this stolen ring. I'm concerned about this. Ah! The ring can be used to propose to someone. That's hilarious. Here's to hoping that it doesn't actually get me in trouble with, like, the enforcement officers in cities, because if it does, there might be a bit of a problem. Because most of those guys are too high level for me to deal with. I can't fight them. I heard you had no trouble taking care of those sand splitters for Reese. That's right. What about it? Just mentioning it is all. You ever heard of the Senex? They're a bad lot, worse than the Hutts. And I say that with all due respect. They're slave traders, and slave trading's outlawed on Tatooine. Got it? Sure it is. Is there a history with Jabba and slave trading? Jabba's a little more clever than most people realize, which is one of the reasons why he stayed in business for so long. Not long ago, Jabba ran the slave trade on Tatooine. Before it was outlawed? Right. He got a deal with another Hutt, Gardula. Gardula got all the slave trading. Jabba got all the other illegal activities. And Jabba knew the outlaw of slave trading was coming. Shortly thereafter, Gordula was arrested and disappeared. Jabba's been running things ever since. See? Jabba is exceptionally sly. That's a really good way of getting rid of his competition. Interesting story. Not really, but now you know about it anyway. Want some work or not? Whatever you got. Senex is causing trouble, bringing heat to the planet, and Jabba doesn't like it. Start thinning the Senex herd, will ya? What is this guy talking about? What mission is so vital that you have to, like, ask a random stranger? What's the mission? Lord Hutt has a problem with a person who owes more than he can possibly pay, yes? You know what other venerable lord does to those who can't pay debts? Was that a question or a statement? Quiet! I was not done yet, yes? This person is an officer in the Corellian security force and thinks that they will protect him, yes? He has incurred debts all over the galaxy, though, and I know a way to find him. I don't know. Have you? Didn't I just say that, yes? Maybe stop saying yes. There are 3 lowly gangs of pirates, and the Corsac officers owes money to each of them. These pirates can be found on Talos, Naboo, and Locke. Any of them may have documented his whereabouts, yes? Okay. I mean, that's simple enough. I want to go to Naboo anyway. I have to eliminate 16 Senex pirates. I'll worry about the other thing later. Well, the Senex are ways away. Okay. Well, let's get the move on. The sooner we get moving, the sooner we can actually get over there. I do wish that this game had a better fast travel system. That way you can move around a little bit easier. I know I've got my free Naboo starship, but I do wish that there was an easier way. Like with Old Republic, you can just hit a button and nowadays pay like a couple hundred credits and fast travel to any specific location around the map. I kind of wish Galaxies had something like that, just to make it so that these long drives aren't so long, you know? I do love exploring the wilderness, don't get me wrong. It would be very, very easy for me to just get lost in driving around and seeing what happens to be in the desert. But for the sake of brevity, I would like to have an option that can speed things up a little bit more. Luckily, it's only like a few minutes per like trip. Like, realistically speaking, 7,500 meters isn't that long. But like I said, it would be nice to be able to move things along a little bit faster. But driving around like this does kind of remind me of like a couple of episodes of The Mandalorian, specifically the ones in the Tatooine desert. Random ATST in the desert? I want an ATST mount. I want an ATST mount really badly. I know the ATXT mount is actually something that happens for, like, you can earn it during, I think, Empire Day, which is like mid-June to mid-July. It's a month-long festival. It's also, I think, Remembrance Day for the Rebel Alliance. I can't remember. But, I do plan on trying to get an ATXT walker as quickly as possible. I don't have enough money or obviously the ability to purchase an ATST at the moment. My ultimate goal is to get an LAAT gunship again, because I would love to be able to... Actually, I never had the gunship. I came close to having it, like I said earlier. I would love to be able to actually attain that, but I don't know how to get one in Legends. I'll have to like look and see if they even have the Lardy in here. I hope they do. Almost there. 2,000 meters in closing. What I wouldn't give for like a boost option. Whew. Camera got a little catty-wonkus there. There are a lot of things, I will say, about like the control schemes of this game that do sometimes confuse me a bit. Like, to maneuver the camera when I don't have the escape button hit, you have to use the right mouse button, right? That's how you normally would. However, the issue is that also will fire your like one of your selected abilities, which is the reason why I sometimes get into combat when I don't want to be, because I'm trying to turn the camera and end up firing on a person instead. Haven't quite figured out how to fix that. So the Senex set up next to a rebel base. Oh, there's an ATXT right there. This is the mech that I had. This is the mech that I want to get back. That's the machine that I want to have as my mount again. It's a prototype AT-ST Walker designed during the Clone Wars. Aside from this game, I think it's only mentioned a couple times in comic books and books in the Legends continuity. And then also the Star Wars Clone Wars video game. But that's it. It looks like we got, like, Clone Commando armor or something on. It's kind of cool, honestly. I was given a hard time to the Rebel armors before, but I gotta say, the Spec Ops armor is really freaking cool. I think those are Imperials up there. Right next to the Rebels. Nope, that guy didn't count. And he is too low level for me to care about. That's one. That's two. Three. That's four. Just gonna add that to collection. I'm glad these guys are, like, lower level than me by a decent amount, so that way I can speed run this. The sooner I finish this, the easier it's going to be for me to actually, like, get back to my main quest. Five more left. Two more. One more. Kind of hoping there was two in that room, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. That's fine. That's fine. There's plenty more base to run around in. Kind of interesting that they took this rebel base so close to a rebel base. You're showing a lot of spirit out there. Now it's time to move on to the heavy lifting. Find the Senex slave masters. Plenty of them around. I want 5 of them destroyed. Understand? I mean, I think I already got a couple of them. I will take fighting people with blasters over fighting natural wildlife any day. It's so much easier to judge whether or not these guys are going to be too powerful. Excellent, excellent. Excuse me. Where'd you go? One second. Just yeah, kind of in the middle of something. Sonic guards carry key chips that are used to access the databanks. Collect the key chips until you have enough to break into their databank. Should be about 9 of them. Okay. For being lower level than me, I'm killing so many of them that I am earning a decent amount of experience. Alright, that's 1. Excellent, excellent. I feel like I'm just destabilizing their whole enterprise at this point. Hi, Delta. This guy is running through computer terminals like he's a freaking ghost. Now he is a ghost. I made his dream come true. Thank you. I need 7 more chips. More chips. There is no medic. There is only death. I can't wait to get my full set of clone trooper armor. I need to figure out how to do that. I only have the chest piece and the gloves right now. Oh, I'm full. Add to collection. Add entire stack to collection. Destroy. I really don't think I need these enzymes right now because I'm not incubating anything. If I need some, I can just go find more. Right now, I can't sell them. They're just kind of taking up room in my inventory. I'm sure that there's probably somebody out there who's a veteran of Star Wars Galaxies. It's like, no, don't do it. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. What made me want to go back and play this? Nostalgia. Honestly, hold on. I'm just gonna try and increase the window a little bit. There we go. Honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, things are whack in the world right now, and I needed something that was a little bit of a comfort game. This game is really easy to pick up and play, Star Wars Galaxies Legends, compared to like Restoration. And I'm like, I don't know, I missed playing it before. I only had 6 months to play it before the game went belly up the first time. And I wanted to relive a simpler time. Is it better than Star Wars The Old Republic? No. Is it more advanced? Absolutely not. I'm not going to say it's not better. It's just different. It's not better or worse than Old Republic. It's just different. It's definitely a lower key type of game with a smaller community. But I don't know. I think that considering the fact that this game died 15 years ago and got resurrected and has been stable and evolving for the last 10, I think it's honestly a pretty good thing. They've done a pretty good job of reinventing and reigniting the servers on a private server and expanding upon it so that way it has new stuff that the original game never had. Like I said, like the K2SO type droids, or the Death Trooper armors, the Imperial Death Trooper armors. Still need 3 more key cards. 2 more. Yeah, honestly, the funny thing is, before I started getting back onto Star Wars Galaxies, I had thought about seeing if there was any way to like play Silk Road Online again. And ultimately I was like, you know what? Silk Road Online has some toxic memories for me for a variety of reasons. And I'm sure it probably does for you as well. And I'm like, I remember how brutal the grind was for Silk Road. Galaxies was a lot easier. It's a lot more fun, and it's more in my wheelhouse. So like, don't have to like grind for months just to level up. It's just, you know, you just kind of do stuff and you get experience for it. Thanks, guard up there. Okay. I didn't think that you meant lymphocytes. I'm fairly certain that you meant something else. But still, that was kind of funny. All right, cool. You've surpassed my expectations. Now you need to use the key chips. Find the central computer in the Senex hideout and wipe all their information. That ought to slow them down. Okay, now I have to find their central computer. Is it that? I don't think it's that. Nope. Nope. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that the grind isn't as much of an issue. Because that, honestly, that was the reason why, like, like, Silk Road Online didn't appeal to me long-term. Was that I loved the game, I loved the animation, I loved the experience of, like, running around with you and Epsilon, but did not like the fact that, like, it took so long that people basically were required to bot 24/7 just to level up. That part was, like, awful for me. Fairly certain I can just run by you guys. But I didn't want to. Ouch is right. Eat it. Take your ass whooping like the being you are. Must be close to some sort of computer core. Ooh, get a new. Oh, that's a blaster pistol. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Fifth section. Oh, okay. They're different sections of tables. Interesting. Ba-bum. I'll just get rid of it. Where is this computer? Oh, that it must be that. The thing that's actually labeled databank. Yep. You do good work. I'll say that. Bring it on home. Head back to the palace and let me give you a little something for your time. Maybe I'll even introduce you around. I just want to talk to Jabba. I want this stinking frickin' droid brain or whatever I'm looking for. That's all I want. That's all I've ever wanted. Instead, I've massacred, like, I've committed enough, like, violence to be labeled almost a genocide just to get an audience with Jabba the Hutt, which I suppose is par for the course. It's kind of on the ball. And, like, that's not what I was going for. I think I can get out of here without fighting anymore. I was sadly mistaken. Awesome. Okay. Now I begin the long drive home. It's a long road home, a long road home. Hold on. I just want to take one last look at the future mount that I will eventually have. I just have to wait until June to July to be able to try and earn enough to earn it, because I need the ATXT Walker again. That was my mount. Okay, I'm gonna stop pointing. I'm done. I'm done. I've got a couple of months to try to level up and see if I can get to a point where I can participate in whatever event happens on Empire Day or Remembrance Day to earn the ATXD Walker again. And I've got a couple of months to figure out how to earn the LAAT gunship, because I still want that. I wonder if you can color armor. I see people running around with different color armors, like the one that I'm wearing right now, and I'm wondering if like those are pre-colored or if you can color them. If you can color them, then maybe I can color Stormtrooper armor and I won't need to worry about my Clone Trooper armor not matching the Stormtrooper armor that I'm wearing. If that's the case, that would be actually kind of cool. I would like that a lot. I'll have to see if I can look into that after stream. I also need to know, figure out where, like, the guy I need to talk to earn the Clone Trooper armor, because I know that it's not on Tatooine. I know that I have to talk to him on a different planet. And I think it's a lower level quest, because you have to be minimum level 22 to wear heavy armor. And I'm level 23 now, almost level 24. So I feel like I should be able to compete for the quest. And then after that, I just need to get the Clone Trooper blaster rifle. But I just am not 100% certain about that. I just need to do a little research. The funny thing is, I've looked that up. I've looked that information up like 12 times since I started playing this game again, and I can never remember it. I need to like write it down or something. I feel like I'm near the Lars homestead. I don't think I am. I think it's in the opposite direction, closer to Mos Eisley. Fingers crossed that this gets me an audience with Jabba, so that way I can get the droid brain or droid whatever that I'm looking for, and I can actually like progress in the quest and eventually get off of Tatooine and start getting to places that aren't so hot and sandy and chaotic. I see all these stormtroopers next to dewbacks. I want them to like figure out how they can put the stormtroopers on the dewbacks, like as a mount. There's got to be a way. Even with a code as outdated as this, there has to be some like wizardry, code wizardry that you'd be able to like program into the game so that way things can be altered and enhanced. Because like I said, they've added new stuff. Like this game has been out for 10 years and they've added a lot of new stuff that you normally wouldn't have been able to do, and they've reprogrammed it so things that normally were like event items or items you could only get like once, they just give you. Like the Naboo Royal Starship pickup ship. Like that is something that like was, I want to say like the 90-day reward, and you get that day one. So like they obviously have the ability of running the code in a way to modify it. So there's got to be things that they could add or change into the game that would make it interesting and add some new flair to it. Oh, it's one of the player cities. That could also increase the uniqueness of it compared to the original one. Oh, Baker's Canyon is a player city. They must have put this city inside Baker's Canyon or near Baker's Canyon to name it that way. Almost to Jabba's palace. And we can see if Elfont will actually let me in. Nope, don't need to fight you guys again. I love the sound of the bark speeder. That engine is like that is the sound of that sounds to me like the space version of a Harley. And I mean, with how bulky it is compared to a normal speeder bike, I would say that the bark speeder being the Harley of the Star Wars universe is not that far off. It's done? I had a feeling about you. These old bones never lie. I promised you a reward, and now here it is. Enjoy it. If you got some time, you might go see Porcellus in the kitchen. I hear he's having a hard time, and if you can use a good meal, there's no better place on Tatooine to get one. Yeah, I would imagine that he would probably be one of the best cooks on Tatooine if Jabba works, like, has him work for him. See, where's my backpack? I'll just put that stuff in there. Okay. Oh, can't go that way. Oh. Oh, Barada has to give me permission. Okay. Damn it, I'm right there. I just want to see something. Well, I don't. Well, there's Boba Fett there. I suppose, based on the position, Han would be on this wall if he was going to be here at all. So I think I was right about this being before Empire Strikes Back. Oh, only Jabba and his close friends have access to this area. Okay. Oh, there's Porcellus. Say, you look handy. I could use some someone to scrounge together some ingredients for me. I don't cook. Oh, just well, you probably could. Excuse me. I can handle that very well. Thank you very much. What exactly are you cooking? Oh, this is going to be great. I've been Jabba's slave, chef for too long. I'm going to make him the best meal he's ever had, and then when he's satisfied and in a good mood, I'm going to ask him to release me. You'll have to say yes. I like your optimism. I don't believe that's how that works, unfortunately. So what are you cooking? A 5-course meal. Stuffed dune lizard, gizzard, and appetizers. Beetle broth, a squill liver salad, dragonette steaks, and zucca fruit pastries for dessert. We'll probably also need some wine. So where do I start? Fantastic. You're going to have to start by getting me gizzards. Gizzards from lizards. Dune lizards, to be exact. Dune lizard gizzards. Hey, that's fun to say. Okay, start with that, and I'll let you know what else we need after that. I feel like you're going to satisfy him enough, and then just piss him off by asking for your freedom, and you're going to get fed to the Sarlacc. That's where I think your ultimate fate's going to be. Nope. It's this way. At least the dune lizards aren't too far away. In fact, they're right over this dune. Right near the player city. I pissed off way too many of them way too quickly. But I should be able to... If they were all clustered together, I could probably hit them all with a cluster grenade. Die, thank you. Oh my god. Well, you guys are gonna be one... I prefer fighting people that shoot back over fighting the wildlife. I'm also not looking forward to going back into the squill cave. I get the feeling I'm gonna have to. There we go! That's what I wanted to do. Cluster bombs. Why is the wire life hit so much harder than blaster fire? Oh, these guys inflict the same debuff that the squill do. That's awesome. That's just great. At least I'm not lost in the frickin' ground inside of a cave this time. Oh, that was fun. I love the cluster bomb when it actually works. Now it's time for the soup. Jabba liked a good beetle broth. He calls it stew, but it's actually just broth. We need beetle carcasses. For flavor, I'd say about 15 rock or cave beetles. Either one. Okay. I'm not going back into a cave if I don't have to. I want to go for the bark speeder, but I guess this regular speeder bike works too. I thought that there were some beetles that were closer. Guess not. I could have swore that there were beetles crawling around the outside of Jabba's palace at some point. I need to figure out whether or not there is a... Oop, 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 oop. There we go. That works. If there's a way to increase the mount speed. There's so many beetles. Holy crap. I don't use stims, at least not right now, not at this early stage of the game, and I don't want to collect any more enzymes if I can help it. Seven more rock beetles. Excellent, excellent. Just need one more. Why not just get more, though? Jabba's picky about salads. He wants to eat squirrel liver salad, though, so I need you to bring me mountain squirrel livers. Not desert squirrels, too rubbery. Mountain squirrels only. Ugh. The squills are where I got lost in the cave before I started streaming. Fine, for Jabba. It means that I can get to talk to him. I'll go back into the frickin' cave, and I'm not going very far because I don't want to get lost. At the very least, though, I have leveled up a couple times, so the squills shouldn't be as big of a problem as they were the first time I went into their cave. So that's a bonus. But the downside is I am now traumatized, and I don't want to be anywhere near this cave. Oh, it's not a cave. I can't tell you how happy I am. Not looking forward to fighting these guys again, though, because they're a pain in the ass, but... You gotta try and separate them little by little. Or do this. That's a quick and easy way to get that done quickly. Not gonna worry about those. Am I at capacity again? Yes, I am. I wish there was a setting that allowed me to deny specific things when I'm auto-looting, like, you know, denying the enzymes that I'm probably never going to use. Oh shit. I saw that happening. The moment I realized there were 3 of them coming after me, I'm like, I maybe can kill one of these guys before they get me. Here. Excellent. I like that. Taking them on one-on-one is not a problem. Taking them on 5-at-1, that's a problem. Ooh, what's that rifle? Ah, worse than mine. No kill, quite like overkill. Dragonet flank stakes. are the main course. Their meal is so succulent, or their meat is so succulent. Yes, flanks. Dragonette flanks. 15 of them. Okay. This is close by-ish. I should be thankful he's not sending me out for, like, crate dragon fur loins or something. I don't know. It should be crate dragon pork loins is what I meant to say. Oh, it's okay. It's more of these. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Good start, good start. Got my stuff built up. Have fun with cluster grenades. Thank you, thank you. Oops. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. I did not anticipate me hitting 5 of those guys. See, that was what I was talking about earlier, where like the way that this game is structured, it's easy to like hit things that should be obscured by structures, or like in that case a sand dune, where like your blaster fire just it just hits them. It doesn't register that there's something in the way, and the game doesn't register that there should be something in the way for your line of sight. It's just like, oh, you're firing at something? Well, let's hit whatever happens to be viable to hit that's in that same radius, regardless of whether or not they're actually like blocked visually or not. It's kind of funny, but it has gotten me into so many situations. Hot damn. Damn it. Oh, that's why that other one was attacking me too. I was like, well, how did one kill me so quickly? I didn't know that. Well, technically it was 2, but in reality it was 3. Didn't even have time to heal. That was rude. Okay. I only need 6 more. And then we can... Oops. I think we need to go find the dessert ingredient, and then we can make Jabba's meal. Jabba better be freaking appreciative of this. He better give me my freaking droid part. The ship asking to be let go, that I feel like is a bit much, but giving up a droid part, that's in exchange for a delicious meal, I feel like that's fair. God, I hate this debuff. It saps my my energy, and so I can't do my my attacks nearly as often, and my basic attack isn't strong enough. I can't just rely on it. guys are just as annoying as the squill. Two. I only need 2. We're gonna go like 9. Dessert Zucca fruit pastries. All right. I'm not in combat anymore. Everybody died. Is it because I'm poisoned? Must be because I'm poisoned. I'm not. Oh, wait. I'm going the wrong direction. This is how people die in the desert. Oh, something's still angry with me. Oops. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, no. What have I done? Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I just accidentally unassigned one of my, my abilities. Let me get out of combat. Is it profession? No. Not profession. That was my primary ability, dude. What have I done? There we go. Okay. Focus fire. Give me that back. Oh. Misfire. I didn't even think there was such a thing as misfire. Okay. Ah. That was actually kind of scary because that was, like I said, that was my primary damage dealing ability against single units. If I didn't have that, I was going to be in a world of hurt. I was going to die so often. It was not even going to be funny. Oh. For some reason, I thought that Zucca were plants, not boars. Oh, I have made up a terrible mistake. Well. Oh, I am a fool. I am a fool. I am a fool. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, that's 1. I could have swore that was 2, but okay, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Ugh. Last thing we need is wine. The best wine comes from, well, that doesn't matter. Yeah, it kind of does. Jabba won't drink the best wine. He has a taste for the Carillion Merlot. Okay, so now I have to go kill some thugs. Got it. At least these guys shoot back, which means that I'll have an easier time dealing with them. So we meet again. Excellent, excellent. Bombs away! Apparently there was some collateral damage. Fine, we're already halfway there. I love the fact that the cooldown for the cluster bombs is so small. I was gonna say, you got lucky there. That's so much fun. Oh. Oh. Well, I mean, it's a schematic that I can sell. That's cool. Boom. You're the last one. Perfect. And now we cook for Jabba. At least Jabba's palace is really freaking big, so it's easy to see in the distance. I think that's all I can do for now. Please, Jabba, please let me just talk to you. I just need a droid part. That's all I need. Just a droid part. After that, I can leave you alone. It'd be funny if we actually saw our poor chef like ask Jabba to be free, and then Jabba just laughs at him and pulls the Rancor button or pulls the lever or whatever. Poor guy will be served as his own last meal to the Rancor. All I'm saying is that, like, if he wants to like ask Jabba to be free, he's probably gonna have to like drug him or something, like get him to be a little more compliant. You're not just gonna be able to serve him good food and be like, oh, can I be free now? No. You serve him good food, and Jabba's gonna want to keep you. Let's see if I remember how to get back to Pirellis. Ha! Ah, yes, these ingredients will do perfectly. Oh, I can't thank you enough. Jabba will have to let me go after his meal. This is going to be the best meal I've ever cooked. Can you think of anything for me to do now? You should go down to the garage and talk to Barada. I brought him some snacks a little while ago, and he's complaining about needing help with something. All right. After Barada, then I can go see Jabba, I guess. Nope. Okay, the next question is, how am I supposed to get to the garage if I can't go through the throne room? Nope, and that's where Jabba's best friends go. These are the torture droids. Clearly not where I'm supposed to go. Oh, go to catacombs. Nope, that's, I think, going to the Rancor. I love the fact that this is mostly accurate to what you see in the movie, but goodness gracious, it's confusing as hell. See, it'd be easy if I could just get through there. Oh, there's another individual, another player. It's rare to see other players in this game. This way? Aha! Okay, I think this is where I'm supposed to go. This looks like a garage, all right. Marcellus says you're good. He told you I needed help? I do. Someone with a steady hand and steady nerves. Is that you? Yeah, that's me. Good, good. Let's get started then. Valorian's racers are cheating. There's no way they're building better vehicles than me. Find out what they're doing. Isn't pod racing illegal? What are you, some kind of Imperial spy? Everything we do around here is illegal. Unless you really are an Imperial spy, in which case I was kidding. No, wait, Jabba's paid off the Imperials, so it doesn't matter. What were we talking about? Where do you hold these pod races? Don't concern yourself with everything all at once. All you need to know is what I want you to do. And then I need you to do it. Okay. What should I do? Find the Valerian's pod racers and see what they have. Ooh. Vehicle customization kit. Jesus, they are far. Okay. That's cool. They're almost 6,000 meters away. Well, I mean, we're not going to get there if we just stand around, so we may as well just start heading out. Honestly, it shouldn't take too long, only like a couple of minutes to get over to their location. I just don't like traveling more than 2,000 meters at any given time. So when I see something that's like 7,000, 8,000 meters away, I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. That's what happened when I had to meet Watto. Watto was in Mos Espa, and I was in Anchorhead, I think. And like those are like close to like 8,500 meters apart. And I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. I was using my fast travel ships so often. But when it comes to like random locations like this, where like there's not going to be any civilization around, I can't really do that. I don't have much of a choice but to just power through and ride all the way over there. Suppose I don't, at least I don't need to walk. That would suck. I'm glad the game basically just gives you a speeder bike right off the bat. It knows how big it is. Like, Tatooine is just Titanic. All the worlds in this game are just Titanic. It knows how big this world is, and so like the game just gives you a speeder bike, and then gives you another one. I've earned the 3 speeders that I have: the bark speeder, the speeder bike, and then the, what is it, the XL38 or something like that. This one, XP38. All 3 of those just came from like story stuff, which I'm very thankful for. Still want my ATXT, but the speeder bikes are, well, for now. Oh, speaking of ATXT. love these player-made cities. These are just so fun. And the different types of like homes that you can buy, like, you know, Jabba's barge or a miniature cloud city, like, or Sandcrawler, like, it just makes it so unique. You never know exactly what kind of building you're gonna find when you go into a new player-made city. I think this is supposed to be maybe a reference to Star Wars Rebels. I forget. I don't think that this was in the original game. I think this must be a new thing that they made. I could be wrong. Maybe those type of buildings were in the original. It's been, like I said, 15 years since I played Star Wars Galaxies, so I have no idea what things they have added from current Disney canon, aside from the Imperial Death Trooper and the K2 droid. Those are the only two that I know of for sure. We're getting closer. Getting closer. Didn't mean to toss a grenade, but you know what? It worked. Oh, that was risky. I hit 2, which was my what is it? My sweeping fire. And that's the one that usually gets me in trouble because it attracts so many other opponents that I normally can't deal with. You guys are my unlucky victims. Ah, you snared me. Rat. I hear those things are the same kind of fuel system that Valerian's pods are using. Find some samples of the fuel cells and fuel dispersion tubes that they are using. While you're at it, take their so-called pod racer champion, Doan Waki, down with you. Okay. Guessing I have to go inside now. They sure have a lot of pod racers. Here you go. Yeah. Oops. Oh, shit. Whew. That could have been ugly. That was your own fault for running directly into the grenade. Alrighty, now I just have to kill the champion. Gotta find the champion, and I gotta kill him. Those are not the champions. See over here? There he is in the back. Oops. Well, I wanted the champion. Whew. Almost ended badly. Did he give me anything? Oh, don't need that then. Destroy. I already have that. Okay. Can I get out without pissing you guys off? You guys are horribly unobservant. Sayonara, suckers! Now we're back on that long road home. The long road home. The long road home. Second time I've done that this stream. What is my life? Am I that bored? Yes, I guess I am that bored. I need to establish my own base of operations. I need to put once I get to Naboo, because I think that's the next place I'm going to go, unless the main quest tells me otherwise. Once I get to Naboo, I'm probably going to end up trying to find a location to put a bunker down so that way I can build my own base and actually store my stuff. Because I've gotten to the point where I'm starting to run out of room. And it's getting kind of annoying. And also, why doesn't Jabba's palace have a junk dealer? I need to sell my junk. I don't know whether or not Barada is actually going to be able to use all this stuff, or if he's going to send me out and he needs additional stuff. But I'm really hoping that by delivering this fuel and these other items to him, that I can finally get my audience with Jabba the Hutt. That's my hope. That's my dream. All right. Cool. Let's see if this is enough. Can we finally meet Jabba? Think this is where I need to go? Yes. That's fantastic. I'm going to give you this, the customization kit for your vehicle. We have hundreds of them laying around, so I don't really feel bad like giving you one. Also, I should have kept that last part to myself, shouldn't I? Oh, well, you're going to see Bib Fortuna. There we go, finally. Oh. Oh, nice. In addition to the customization, I also got a skiff transport deed. I got a 4th mount. That's awesome. But more importantly than that, I can finally meet Jabba the Hutt. I think. Maybe it's just Bib. Maybe I'm only meeting Bib. That's what I thought. I guess I can't. Oh, now that I think about it, based on this, I guess Han Solo would be against this wall here. If this was like Return of the Jedi, I think Han Solo would be hanging on this wall here. Now that I think about it. More and more I hear your name around the palace. I need things done. You will do them for me, yes? I will definitely get things done. I'm not gonna piss you off. God, you're even uglier in this game than you are in the actual, like, show. And in movies. Excellent. Our dear friend, Romo Box, has sent a signal. What? Sent me a signal out from the city of Wayfar. Cool. I'm going to a city called Wayfar. I wonder how far away it is. He has a disc. He would like to sell it to us. You will go and retrieve it. And in reward, and my reward will be your boots. All right. Where am I going? Where exactly am I going? I can't talk to Java yet. Java won't let me talk to him. Visa. I'm looking on the map to see if I can find where Romo Vax would be, and I don't see anything. Is he outside the palace? He must be outside of the palace. Let's head back to the garage. Let me go out from here. Oh, right, I forgot. Boba Fett's how you start the quest to get the armor, the Mandalorian armor. That's what. Sounds like you dealt with him before. Ha! Mind your business. The Hutts want this Death Watch and their leader dead before they cut into my business. My information tells me they're cutting a deal with the Black Sun, even as we speak. Are you sure that's all there is? I don't usually give my opinion to braves like you, but in this case, I'll make an exception. All I have to say is the Mandalorians are dead, and nobody's bringing them back. Now go. Huh. I mean, yeah, sure, they're dead now, but in Legends, you brought them back, so... Okay, yeah, so Romo has to be outside. Let me see. Journal-wise, I now have... Can't speak Java yet. Oh, I'm glad I found that. Was not expecting another player to just, like, be right there. Okay, so Wayfar is not that far away. Thank goodness. The one wonky thing about this game is the controls for the speeders. Comes of all the controls that are wonky, the speeder controls are the wonkiest. Your Vib's contact? Oh, I was expecting someone bigger. No offense. I'm just kidding. But there's a problem. I can't give you the data. Why not? Hey, it's not a thing between us, alright? It's just that there's too much competition in their eyes. There's too much competition with their eyes on me. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't. Someone's been watching me. I wasn't sure at first, but they've managed to find. But I've managed to find their camp outside of the Wayfar. Outside of Wayfar, excuse me. I can't read. I'd feel a lot safer if those eyes were closed. You know what I mean? You want me to kill some of them? Hey, what do you know? You didn't know what I meant. That's incredible. Yeah, you should kill some of them. Come back when you've done that. I got the skiff thing now. Vehicle. I will move that over here. Get rid of that on my fighting tip. Go. All right, so who are these guys? Kill the leader. 9 spies. Oh, that's easy. Okay. I really need to find a junk dealer. Alright, that takes care of him. I just have 5 more cronies to beat. One more. Stop spending time working for Romovax. You work for me. His information doesn't allow him to make demands. We're through negotiating. If he wants to get paid, he turns over the data now. That's fair. All right, Romo, I think you kind of pissed off the big boss. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I was hoping this sort this out when you're gone, but I couldn't solve it. My problem is, that is, so I still can't give you the data. Bib says, oh, I see. You're just Bib's little enforcer, aren't you? You don't make the decisions, huh? You'll just do whatever that sharp-toothed freak wants? Let's see. I'd rather... would I rather make you happy or Jabba? I mean, that's a fair question. Okay, that's a fair point. Fine. But this isn't a good negotiation. I'm not trying to get more money. I have a serious problem. And what's the problem? But it's just that they actually, robbed me. They broke in, hacked my system, downloaded everything, and left a virus behind that wiped out my entire mainframe. Lady Valerian is behind it. The hackers are working for her. Okay, settle down. I'll retrieve the data. Oh, thank you. This Valerian chick is, causing a lot of problems. Causing a lot of problems for me. It's my neck that gets put on the line whenever something goes wrong. All right. Things are going well. Things are going better than expected. That's enough for the hackers. I said that's enough of the hackers. Let's rest for a minute. I ran out of stamina. Oh, this is a mess hall. For some reason, I thought that may have been the computer's terminal. Nope, that's where I wanted. Now, I take it to Bib. Okay, I go back to the palace. I'm glad that that didn't take very long. One less hacker for Valoran? Or Valerian, or whatever her name is. Valerian. I'm so close. I am so close to being able to talk to Jabba the Hutt about these stupid freaking... This stupid droid. I've been doing this for like 3 hours. Actually, I've been doing it for longer than that. It's been more like 6 hours because I started doing this quest line like 3 hours before I started streaming, and I've been streaming for 3 hours. So yeah, about 6 hours. Nope. Heading back towards garage. I need the other direction, because that's where the throne room is. There we go. Ah, the data, yes! This is what I've been waiting for. I'll get this encryption cracked right away. In the meantime, you must answer for your earlier deeds. Those spies that were troubling Roma were working for me. I've long suspected that Roma was double-crossing us. Double-crossing you? Why would Romo Vox do that? Because he's working for the Senex pirates. Despite your interference with the spies and warfare, I've been able to verify Romo's association with Senex. That makes amends for me for killing my spies. To make amends for me for killing my spies, you shall go take care of Romo Vax. I want him eliminated. Well, I mean, Romo did this to himself. Romo did this to himself. He got himself involved with things that he shouldn't have gotten involved with. And I really need that droid part. So we're time for the what is it? The chickens to come home to roost. That would explain why Bib was so upset with me messing around with the spies. The spies worked for Bib Fortuna. That explains a lot, actually. There it is. Just look for the big pillar of light in the sky. Oh, that is a rock. Wow, Romo must be loaded if he's got this many henchmen. He's got a lot of security systems down here, too. He is paranoid as hell, which he should be, considering he just double-crossed Jabba the Hutt. Uh-oh. I knew it. I was gonna say, did I piss off more than one guy? Yes, I did. Yes, I freaking did. I was hoping that was gonna happen. I was like, oh crap, I'm about to die. and your teleporting freaking glitchy ass maneuvers. There's Roma Vax. I don't think there's any more henchmen around here, so I'd probably have to either wait for them to respawn or go up. All right, one more henchman, and I guess Bib will be happy. Perfect. The red line. It's like a red velvet rope or something. Oh. Oh. Wayfar is one of those battlegrounds I was talking about earlier. Where you can participate and try and either defend or attack the city. Good to know. Good to know. I loved doing those in the original Star Wars Galaxies. I loved doing the battleground areas. That was one of my favorite events. I don't know whether or not I was particularly good at them, but it was still a lot of fun. My friends and I, the ones I was talking about before, we would just huddle up and we'd go around and just do the battlegrounds. That was a lot of fun. I couldn't participate in as many of them as I'd like, but hopefully once I get higher level, I can join the ones here. And hopefully there's a lot of people who do them, because like I only see a person here or there every once in a while, and I really would like to see this game when there's a lot of people focusing on like events like that. Aha! You've done it! That should take care of that little problem. It's unfortunate that Roma Vax was a spy. My understanding is that it's a name the Senex pirates have used for many years, with many different agents. We should be more careful in the future. So I've completed my part? For now, yes. Here's a little something for your troubles. I don't want you to think that we fail in our generosity when someone does well. Jabba was so impressed with this mission, he was to speak with you as soon as possible. Finally. Five times 8. What are these ones? That is... Cool. Okay. I'm 80 of 80. I really wish that there was a junk dealer inside Jabba's palace. That would make things so much easier. Alright, I already have... That's the third section. Alright, where's my backpack? That gives me a little bit extra. I knew you were my kind of scum. Are you prepared to get back to work? Ready and willing. Good. Valerian has been frothing at the mouth for revenge due to your past work. Let's keep her anger rising. Tell me what to do, Mighty Jabba. Valerian has been trying to bring in off-world specialists to compete with my organization. The first in spice trading specialist is Delrice Caprice. Eliminate the specialists. I was hoping I'd be able to talk to Jabba, but I guess not. I guess I have to complete Jabba's mission before I can talk to Jabba the Hutt. Okay. Ooh. One more step. I mean, there's probably going to be a couple of missions that I have to do, but I am there. I am at the gate. So close. So close to getting that frickin' droid part. All of this headache, all of this running around, going around Tatooine, slaying hundreds of like creatures and spies and pirates and slicers and hackers. All of this for a single droid part. When Watto said I wasn't going to like this, he was not wrong. Like, this is just a headache and a half. But it's fine. It's fine. Well, we can get through this. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. Wonder if you ever actually end up meeting Valerian. The story doesn't seem to think so, considering that it always has you put against Valerian's thugs. Oh, that was simple. Lena has a long list of outside help that she's paying for, and you're going to make sure they wasted her money. Next up is her personal bodyguard. Show him who runs Tatooine. That Imperial Sergeant was just butt scooting across the ground. Tyroke? Tyroke was no match, eh? As expected as much. Valerian has assembled a team of pathetic attempts to mount various attacks against me. Shh. They have a strategic command post at a secure outpost, but I have discovered the location of the bunker. You shall infiltrate that bunker and take out Valerian's team. I knew he was going to have me run around and just, like, deal with many of his problems. As many of them as possible. This is just making me want to watch Mandalorian and Grogu, honestly. This makes me want that movie to come out. Because I know that, like, Jabba's son is a gladiator in that movie. And, like, Hutts are supposed to be, like, exceptionally powerful warriors. They just got greedy and they got lazy. And, I mean, if you think about it, it makes sense. They're like, entire body is one big muscle. Or a big setup of muscles. All right. I need to find a junk vendor so bad. I am almost completely out of room in my inventory. Oh shit. Oh my god, I can't believe I survived that. I was panicking. I was panicking hard. I was panicking, Anakin. Okay, good. Want to make sure that data casing stacked. So far, I haven't found any of these special guys. How deep does this go? It's gonna be one of those ones. Oh, that's a big one. Okay. I'm guessing that the yellow dots are probably the ones that I have to kill. Those are probably the guys that I'm after. ran out of stamina, I think. Or it wasn't letting me fire. Something was going on. That's fine. That's fine. 1-on-1, I think I can take him. He's a green level dot, so that usually means that he's like several levels below me. Yeah, he's level 19, I'm level 25. And he's a level 19, but he hits like a level 23. My God. Ah, damn it. Of course, because I died, it didn't matter. Oh, hi, hold on a second. You have a question for me. Do you think Keanu Reeves would make a great Darth Revan? And if you watch the Tomorrow's Shadow Lord, no, you got some, you've got some, a lot of questions. Okay. So, answer your questions. First, I think Keanu Reeves would have played a fantastic Darth Revan 10 years ago. I feel like at this point, Keanu has gotten to a point in his life where I don't feel like, I know he's probably not doing any more John Wick movies. I feel like he's just gotten to a point where like he is like, you know, his age is catching up to him. So I don't think he's going to be a good Darth Revan. To answer your second question, or at least not nowadays. I feel like he would have back then, but nowadays I don't see it. Nowadays, if I do think that they're going to do a Darth Revan in live action, I would think the best way to go about that would be to actually never show Revan's face. And have a voice synthesizer so you can't tell if Revan is male or female. That way it leaves it ambiguous for the people who know that Revan, you know, you could choose male or female, even though by SWTOR standards and in the SWTOR books, he is canonically male. But I feel like that would be the way that I would go, is to make it ambiguous, keep the face hidden, keep the voice completely hidden, and focus on Revan as a storytelling element, not necessarily as whether or not the character is like basically pretend they don't have a gender, you know, pretend that Revan, they always refer to them as they, them, make it so that way you never actually hear whether or not it's a male or female or whatever. Oh, hi there. I was in the middle of talking, jerk. But that's how I would do Revan. As for the trailer for Darth Maul, I actually haven't seen it. And I did that on purpose. I'm wanting to be completely surprised by the Darth Maul series. I figured Darth Talon might be featured in there, so I figured there might be a Twi'lek, because I know that was the original intent for the George Lucas sequel trilogy, was to have Darth Maul train Talon. But obviously we know now Maul never makes it to the sequel trilogy because he dies on Tatooine at the hands of Obi-Wan. So maybe Talon, don't know for sure. Dragon Avatar have those aren't Jar Jar Binks' ears, those are wings. those are supposed to be wings folded against my back. Abeloth, Ahsoka season 2, and Natalie Portman might be returning as Padme, and Abeloth might take her form to deceive Anakin. Maybe. Abeloth is kind of a weird character. Abeloth's kind of an overpowered character. It would make sense since they connected Abeloth through the father and the brother and sister. But I don't know whether or not they're going to explore that route. I know that that's been a theory for a while now, since the end of Ahsoka Season 1, and even before that, but I don't know for sure. I can't say for sure. Although I will say Abeloth is not the mother of the Mortis gods. Abeloth was a human that was... that basically the father fell in love with, but... because of the overwhelming power of the Force, Abeloth got corrupted into a space entity. Abeloth is the, like, I guess, adopted, or not adopted, surrogate mother of the brother and sister. The stepmom, basically, the evil stepmom. But that's who Abeloth was. She was a human who fell in love with the father. The father fell in love with her, but divine powers don't work well with humans in Star Wars, and it went badly. Well, yes, maybe, but George Lucas sold Star Wars. So, like, while he has been an advisor since Star Wars was sold, he is not the one who creates Star Wars anymore. He is an advisor for Star Wars, so that's the way that is now. And as a fan of both Legends and canon, I don't have a problem with what Disney has done with the sequel trilogy. I know that that's kind of a controversial take, but I actually really enjoy the sequel trilogy. Last Jedi is, let's say, 4th favorite on my list of Star Wars films. Rise of Skywalker is second to last, though, because JJ really screwed the pooch just trying to retcon things that Rian Johnson did, rather than, focus on trying to actually develop the story from what Rian left off. So, I will say that Rise of Skywalker is kind of, like, overall, I still enjoyed it. I don't regret buying my tickets for it. I do believe that story-wise, though, it's the weakest of the sequel trilogy, and it deserved better than it got. So, let's see. Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. This game is notoriously difficult for a variety of reasons. I get defeated easily. You did not distract me. It is very easy for me to die in this game. I mean, as long as I don't get defeated twice and have to get sent to a cloning facility, I'm fine. As long as I can just pick myself up afterwards, I'm fine. So I just have 2 more opponents. There they are. Out of my way. Oh, they must be above me. Right, well, I'll just come back the way I get. Yes, this is the way. This is the way. You get past? Can attack me? Nope. Good. The jankiness of this game's like targeting system when you go past enemies. Normally enemies, when they're, you know, in most games, when they auto-attack, they're going to auto-attack you the moment that they see you. This game just kind of like, you can skirt past enemies pretty easily. Sometimes. Sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes they will actually notice you and then kick your ass. It's one of the little bad guys. Oh, he almost got me. He almost beat me. That wasn't fun. Don't know why this guy is just hanging out next to a freaking power generator. That doesn't feel safe. Or particularly, like, fun? Like, what do you do inside of a power generator room? That could have gone badly. Valerian will think long and hard before she butts head with me again. I'd kill her, or rather have you do it. But it's fun to watch her squirm. Come back here and get paid. Now I just have to, you know, make it out of the base. Oh, good. The exit was right there. Cool. Slip by. And let me go. Excellent. So long, suckers! Sucks to be Valerian. Kind of lost a decent amount of good soldiers and technicians here. And specialists. Now then, I'm praying I can finally talk to Jabba the Hutt. I'm praying I can talk to him and that he can actually tell me if he still has the frickin' droid module or not, and then I can wrap things up. I'm praying he does, because after almost 7 hours of questing to build this stupid droid, I'm praying that, like, I can actually... Oh, it's the Great Dragon skeleton. I'm praying that I can actually, like, build this droid and get the cargo to give back to the Imperial officer that asked me. Like, this... that has to happen. That has to happen soon. Although I will say, if she's like, if he's just like, I'm sorry, I don't have the droid, but here's a Fire Spray 31 class patrol craft, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I would love to actually have a freaking Slave One style starship to fly around, and that sounds like fun. Especially now that I know that I can use the Xbox controller to guide my ship. Just playing on playing the space battles on mouse and keyboard is torturous. I hate it. We'll talk to Jabba, and regardless of what happens, I'll probably wrap things up after that, because I've been streaming for almost 4 hours now. My voice is starting to get a little raw. Oh, someone has an ATRT! Grrr. I remember having an ATRT. Well, I mean, I appreciate you tuning in to my stream while you're at a birthday party, but you should probably focus on the birthday party. I don't want to be the reason why you're perceived as potentially as like not paying attention to the birthday person. Steve returned, just like I asked. I'd hope we work together again in the future. For now, avail yourself my hospitality, but watch yourself. There are no second chances around here. Ooh, attack orders. Ooh. I got a job for you. Some folks took possession of a base and the owners want it back. The new owners don't seem to be willing to let them take it back. Help them see reason. I can do that. First things first, though. Journal. Tracking ahead. Speak to Java. Now can I talk to you? Good to see you again. Perhaps we can work together again in the future. I need to ask about some droid parts that you purchased from Watto. Ah yes, EV99 wanted it for her research. May I talk to this servant of yours? Yes, you have my leave to do so. Cool. Awesome. I finally. I think EV99 is in the torture chambers. I just gotta remember what the torture chambers are. Oh, I'm in Jabba's bedroom. This is... Why am I in Jabba's bedroom? It's a little awkward. Nope, that's Porcelius. Still haven't gotten out of here, I see. Go down. Over here is... aha! There's EV99. Scanning authorized. Personnel database. Individual authorized. What is it need? I'm looking for a missing droid part. Droids must obey. Droids that do not obey are to be disciplined. I lack the assets necessary to discipline. Will you help? If you will give me the droid part I require. Conditions acceptable. Mission parameters uploaded to subject's datapad. So what do we need? Malachi. Who's Malachi? Well, I wonder if Malachi is the Rancor handler. It makes sense that he'd have to that they'd have the shock rods. Oh my god. Yep, I was right. EV99 says you won't give her shock rods. That sadistic bucket of bullets sent you here to muscle me? She needs the shock rods. Not muscle, reason. Great. You gonna make an offer? Sure, what do you need? I got some responsibilities that I can't handle right now. Jabba has presented me with a great present. Present? Java's given me a Rancor. It is sickly from its journey, so I have to tend to it night and day. But I have other duties as well. You want the shock rods, then you will help me with these duties. Okay, what are the duties? First, the Sarlacc must be cured. Then I have to find a problem with the Then I have a problem with the Tuskens. Finally, Jabba wants some DNA retrieved. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. That's a lot to do, and I'm not doing it on stream. I can do that. Oh, really? Okay, here's a list of tasks that I need done. Get them done, and you'll get the shock rods. As good as done. Cool. But I'm going to wrap things up, because that is a decent amount. That is a decent amount of work that still needs to be done. And I do not have time because it's almost dinner time. So I'm going to wrap things up. Thank you all for joining me. I genuinely appreciate you guys sticking around and hanging out with me while I was, you know, doing this relatively low-key stream. I ended up getting a little more into it than I expected to. But even still, Mass Effect most likely will be coming back next week. Now that everything has been calmed down and I'm hoping nothing extra happens, I will intend on bringing Mass Effect back next week. So expect that. But in the meantime, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And I will see you in the next video or stream.